Republicans risk turning their #1 political issue into a political liability. And they are going from the moral high ground, which is no boys and girls sports, to something akin to schoolyard bullies. Their new sport is picking on trans adults minding their own business. Let me introduce you to Congressman Keith Self of Texas, chairman of some no-name subcommittee on Capitol Hill. Perhaps his mother didn't teach him manners, because evidently he thinks being the chairman makes him big man on Capitol Hill, big man on campus, the way an 8th grader takes over the jungle gym. He keeps using his power as chairman to refer to a representative, Sarah McBride from Delaware, happens to be the first openly transgender member of Congress, as Mr. McBride.
I now recognize the representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ranking Member Keating.
Would you repeat what you just said when you introduced a duly elected representative from the United States of America? Please.
I will. The representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Mr. Chairman, you are out of order. Mr. Chairman, have you no decency?
We will continue this.
You will not continue it with me unless you introduce a duly elected representative the right way.
This hearing is adjourned.
Have you no decency was a powerful statement, and Congressman Self isn't alone. He's the leader of the Republican Mean Girls caucus. Representative Self was not to be outdone by Mary Miller, saying Sarah McBride is a biological man and always will be. Rep. Nancy Mace piling on, McBride is still a man. It's mean, it's petty, but beyond that, it is politically really stupid. Forget being beneath the office. It's beneath human decency. Brings me to my favorite quote. The editor of the Salt Lake City Tribune once referred to such behavior as akin to drinking water out of a toilet bowl. Dumb, distasteful, and when observed, embarrassing. It's quite the visual. Of course, it's a great excuse for the New York Times and Politico. They love nothing more than chronicling Republicans behaving badly. That doesn't help Republicans. And of course, Texas never wants to let a culture war go to waste. Not to be outdone by Self, a Republican state representative in Texas wants to make being transgender as an adult a felony. NBC writes Tom Overson's bill would make it a state jail felony if a person knowingly makes a false or misleading verbal or written statement by identifying their sex assigned at birth incorrectly to a governmental entity or to their employer. State jail felonies in Texas are punishable by up to 2 years in jail and a fine of $10,000. A felony for pronoun usage. Evidently, the streets in Texas are paved in gold. The state is perfect now. The government can now turn its attention to what really matters, what pronouns grown adults use. Don't mess with Texas has new meaning. On this program, we have taken an unflinching view, and we have taken heat for it. No boys and girls sports, no boys and girls bathrooms, absolute parental rights in schools. It's common sense, it's fair, it's basic decency, it's American. And those 4 litmus tests that guide this program apply to treating everyone with dignity and respect, regardless of what pronouns they use. If you're not harming anybody else, you be you, and we will respect your right to do it. If Republicans aren't going to be nice, perhaps they can at least be smart. Republicans won big on no boys and girls sports. It's an 80-20 issue. But here's the thing I think Republicans don't understand. Americans at their core are nice people. The sewage pond of discourse on Twitter, also known as X, and the sewage pond of Congress and cable news, it's not real life. I don't have polling on this, but I suspect bullying an adult person who is transgender or criminalizing adult pronoun usage is 80-20 the other way. Bullying people who are just living their lives is bad politics. Republican stance on no boys and girls sports, huge winner. But they will turn it into a huge loser with cruelty. Here's another great thing about America. America doesn't like a bully, and it usually ends poorly for the bully. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.